welcome once again, folks, to another session of Let's Chat with me, Meor Addelan. It is lavish, isn't it? It's quite of a glamorous job. You're being in the sky, you're helping out with all of your passengers on board. You get to wear cool uniform, the men and the ladies as well. It is quite of a glamorous job. But the problem is, some people might think that flight attendant, or previously it was called steward and stewardess, they're just nothing but waiters in the sky. Now, we're not going to be dwelling much into that, but we are definitely going to be focusing on the lifestyle of a flight attendant. And to talk more about this particular topic, I have with me a very good friend of mine. Ladies and gents, allow me to introduce you to Rhainna. Lifestyle of a flight attendant, as I mentioned on top of the show, it is a bit of a glamorous life, isn't it? You get to wear that uniform, you get to be in this groupie kind of thing, and up 30,000 feet up in the air. It is, isn't it? As what it
Well,
has been advertised as.
I think the public think it's glamorous, but in my own opinion, it's not as glamorous as it looks like. I understand where that opinion came from because when you actually walk in the airport with the uniform, with your luggage, you walk and you feel like there's a wind blowing your hair. Everyone's looking at you, and then you're working in the sky, like where's my office in the sky. That's where all these glamorous thought opinions came from. But for me, it's more than just being glamorous. It's more of like entertaining your customers, and then taking care of their safety, because it takes more than just being a glamour girl to take care of the safety, because we have to actually go through some procedures, classes, examinations to actually be certified for this job. Yeah.
But you can't deny the fact that being a flight attendant, as we have clarified, you get to enjoy all types of perks. You get to go to places where you've never been before, and you're getting paid for that. And walk, going around, with your friends and buddies and everything. That's a cool of a life, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's actually really cool because you get paid to travel. And apart from that, we also have like benefits of traveling even though we're not working. For example, like discounted prices for flight tickets, which is really good, and it's also your family members are eligible for that. So these kind of perks are really good because you can actually bring your family members traveling along with you with a cheaper price. That's what I like the most, actually.
Coming back to the whole terminology, I just want to go back a bit because, again, for the longest time, as far as I could remember, people who are up in the sky, who walk along the lanes and serving all of its passengers, they're always called steward and stewardess. But only recently that you guys have a change in just classifying yourselves as flight attendant. Now, to your own opinion, why do you think this is?
Well, the reason being is that it's like kind of like pelayan. That's what they call it. We're not pelayan. We are actually someone that is, we give you comfort, we give you a wonderful flight, but at the same time, we also take care of your safety, your comfort. So I think before the term is sound a bit negative, and now they changed to a new term as flight attendant because of that.
You yourself, right now, you've only been a flight attendant for about a year now.
That's true.
Obviously, you have seen your colleagues out there who practices a different kind of lifestyle. Something that you may not foresee when you first entered the industry. Now, what was your first impression when you see your colleagues, going out partying, going out, having this persona life that I'm good, I'm an Instagrammer, I have a lot of followers, and I get that kind of life. What are your thoughts on this right now?
Yeah, well, first coming in the aviation industry, I realized that there's so many Insta famous, especially the flight attendants. A lot of them have hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're like the definition of glamorous, literally. So as you were saying, party lifestyle, I think it's really based on individual or your own interest. Like for some people, they maybe like to party hardcore, and that's up to them, in my opinion. As for me, I would like to socialize, like attend a party, but I'm more of like the person of wanted to sit down and talk about life, works, and then exchanging opinions. Yeah, that's the lifestyle that I'm mostly onto. But again, to those who have hardcore party, whatever, I think it's just based on their own interests. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like when we talk about flight attendants, when we talk about pilots, when we talk about the aviation industry specifically, you have these
Mhm.
people who has a certain kind of label on them. Again, whenever you associate
Exactly.
flight attendants, when you associate pilots, these are party goers, these are hardcore party
Yeah.
people. And it gives
Yeah.
somewhat of a bad taste, if I may say so, from an outsider's point of view. All they can say is that, look at them partying, look at them doing all this things. Look at them, having a very, very, very social life. Now that's not fair, isn't it? To just
Yeah.
blanket statement
Yeah.
them off like that.
Well, basically, first of all, they have flexible time and they have time to go somewhere. And second of all, they have money. So that kind of like add ups to all this. But again, I cannot deny all of this because it happened to. Doesn't matter which profession you are in. I mean, if you're a party goer, you are a party goer anyway. But the stigma that has been going on, um, we can't change that. I can't change that. So people have the right to say whatever they want. As for me, I believe that as long as I do whatever I think that's best for me, if anyone has something to say about me, I'm a party goer, I don't mind that. I mean, if you think I'm a party goer, it means I'm a fun person. So I just take it in a positive way that it doesn't affect me in any way. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't hear any word in your explanation that you're denying this at all. Because again, as you mentioned, there are some people who have
Yes,
that
that's true.
lifestyle, who goes out partying, until three,
Mm.
4, 5 o'clock in the morning because of the job that they're in, because the fact that they do earn extra a bit more in comparison to
Mhm.
people who are on the ground. Now,
Mhm.
that kind of a lifestyle, don't you think that it's I mean, like, is it something that you have to get into because of
No.
your being in the industry? What do you think?
No, it's not definitely not something that you have to get into.
Mhm.
But maybe some people would think that being in there would help you gain more connections because being in that situation, for sure there will be really a lot of successful people, those people who have really big network. So some people have different motives to be in that in such places. Some people just wanted to have fun and then come back, not knowing what's going on at night. But some people just wanted to socialize. um, Again, I'm not denying all this because it's true. It is very true. Even if I'm denying it, there's no way I'm denying it again. And it happened in every professions in the world, even not just flight attendant. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just how you view it. That's it.
Yeah, it's how you bring yourself onto it, when you
Exactly.
introduce to it,
Exactly.
and you yourself, you think of what you want and how you want to play it, but
Mm,
still be able to actually relate to these people.
yeah.
Specifically to you right now, I mean, again, as mentioned, you've only been a year as a flight
Hmm.
attendant. But when it was introduced to you, when you first saw these kind of lifestyle, these kind of interactions, these kind of environment, did it shock you in any way, or did you think like, okay, yeah, I'm at home, I can do this definitely? How did it impact
Um,
you personally?
I would say it definitely don't shock me in any way because I've foreseen that coming. I mean, my parents have told me about this, and I've heard a lot from friends and whatever. So I already have this basic idea of how things are in this aviation. But again, um, I mean, if I was invited to anything, usually for me, I would prefer to just hang out in a place where, just lunch or dinner instead of going to such places because I believe that such places, to go with your colleagues with such places is not for me. I think it's just I wanted to keep it very, very professional. So that's my reason. But I'm not shocked about those
Again,
invitations
coming
from
back
this topic.
to yeah, exactly. Again, coming back to personal preferences. This is
Mm-hmm.
what you want for yourself. This is how you see it. This is how you want to be.
Exactly.
That's why you took the way that you are most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Coming again back to this social lifestyle that flight attendants have, with
Mm-hmm.
pilots or whatnot, you can't help but also hear a lot of scandals happening because you're in this bubble now. I mean, Is it something that goes along with it as well, or are people just blowing this out of proportion, or is there a lot of things are happening behind once the door of the airplane is closed right now?
Well, in my opinion, this issue, scandal, can happen anywhere, not just in
Mhm.
aviation. But yes, I'm not denying that there are this kind of stuff happening in the industry, any industry, I would say. And yes, I've experienced such thing where people inviting me and stuff. So it's up to you. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get out of it? If you really think that's not for you, we'll just reject politely, like say, hey, you can just say, I'm married, I'm engaged, whatever, anything that gets you out of this.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah.
But I do want to ask. Yes, you did mention several times that this does happen not just in the aviation industry, but also
Yeah.
in other types of industries as well. I mean, like your corporate worlds, your private life, and
Exactly.
so on and so forth. But to your understanding, or to your opinion at least, why do you think this kind of stigma exists in your bubble, in the aviation industry, more versus any other industry out there? Why do you think you hear this more often?
The reason being, in my opinion, is that people in aviation, um, how do I put this? It's like they're not afraid to show it off. You get what I mean? Like people in the corporate world, they do it in a very private way. So people don't really know that this is happening in the corporate world or any other industries. But in aviation, maybe they are so used to this culture that they think it's okay to invite people. So it's kind of like word of mouth. When someone had it, of course, they're gonna tell their friends, they're gonna tell their other friends. So this stigma is going on. That's the cause of it. I think it's because they think it's okay to do that, and they do not do it in a private way.
Okay. I mean that's
Yeah.
very eye-opening actually. I mean, like whatever it is that we
Hmm.
discussed, because again, any kind of job, any kind of occupation out there, when you talk about
Mm.
lifestyle, it's definitely different. But when it
Yeah.
comes to the aviation industry, it is something more interesting than people may think of. Now, we have
Mm.
spoken extensively about how controversial it could be, how wild, if I may say so, a life of a flight attendant.
Mm.
But still, last I want to ask you, do you still endorse people out there who wants to be a flight attendant to become one? Do you still tell them that, hey, give it a try, is it could be for you? Or would you actually say that, no, do not come into this industry, no, never? What would you say to that?
Of course, I would endorse that. Reason being is that I think one should actually experience something in order to learn if it fits them or not. If you actually think, oh, I want to be a flight attendant, go for it. And once you're in that industry, you will realize that, oh no, I actually don't really want to be. Or maybe they like it even more. So it's actually up to individuals. I would really encourage anyone out there that would want to be a flight attendant to actually try it and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, because it definitely gives you, a chance to, as you mentioned, a chance for you to experience it yourself rather than just hearing whatever it is that
Exactly.
people are talking about.
Exactly.
Because
Mm,
nothing
mm,
is better than hearing it directly from the horse's mouth.
exactly.
Rhainna, Natasha, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Yep.
It has been really interesting, if I may say so. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
perhaps I could, talk to you more about being a flight attendant. Sounds fun and scary at the same time. But I do wish you all the best, Rhainna, in your
Thank
future
you.
endeavors. Hopefully, you'll be able to fly more during this current situation right now that we have. Thank you so much, Rhainna.
Thank you so much, Mira. Have a good day.
You too. All right, folks. That was Rhainna Natasha talking to us about the lifestyle of a flight attendant, as glamorous as it may sound, as partying as it may sound. It doesn't take the fact that being one is not an easy job. There's a lot of things that you need to adhere to. There's a lot of things that you need to really understand. It takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of perseverance for you to become one. And well, if you can enjoy your life at the same time, why not, right? As long as you stay safe and be proper. That's it for now, folks, for this time's edition of Let's Chat. Hope to see you guys again on the next one. You guys take care. Goodbye.